Hey everyone, I'm Chris Jones. I help produce some of the Poker Guys videos, and I'm here to tell you that they've been experimenting with a new show called Gentleman's Bet. It's the same Grant and Jonathan that we love, but this time they're betting on topical things like pop culture and sports. In this, our second episode, they wager $100 on Taylor Swift's new album streams, and let's just say they get it epically wrong. You can watch the full episode here, but if you want to catch future bets over on our new channel, please head over to @GentBet100. That's @GentBet100 and give us a subscribe. I hope you enjoy this episode and see you soon.
It's Monday, September 29th, and one of us, between me and Grant, is going to win $100, and the other one is going to lose $100 because we are going to make a $100 bet on something about Taylor Swift, and we're going to do it right now. Grant, you're a big Taylor Swift fan, right?
No.
And baby, now we got bad blood.
But I do know at least 4 Taylor Swift songs, maybe 5.
Name them. Name them.
Maybe 6. Not when you put me
Don't
on the
lie.
spot, it kind of hurts. 22, is that the name of that one where she's talking about
That's
being
the name
22?
Maybe. It's the
Okay,
name
so
of an
I'm
album,
gonna
at
go with
least.
I win that one.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Shake It Off.
Yep, I've heard of that.
Is there one
That's
called
2.
Wildest Dreams?
That's the Moody Blues from 1987,
I think there's one called
I believe.
Wildest Dreams. There might be. Oh shit, I'm blanking. What's the one? What was her first hit? It was like
I don't know.
I'm wearing t-shirts and she's wearing short skirts, and that's apparently
That's
bad.
3. I'm giving it to you. That's how little chance you have of naming 6. I'm giving you a semi-lyric which may be wrong.
I know
That's
there's
3. Go
other
ahead.
ones that are popular and important.
I know she has 4 songs. I'm
Okay,
sure
I'm
of it.
sorry. I'm sorry to all of the Taylor Swift fans out there. I don't know. Okay, I didn't get it. How many can you name?
Wow. I can name Shake It Off. And maybe that song 18 or 22 or whatever. I sort of know. I've heard that song where she's like dancing and they're like thinking back on being young or something like that. My niece used to play that all the time, like 15 years ago or whatever. I mean, dance to it. And I had to like sit there and pretend she was good at dancing.
I just thought of one. Bad Blood. Bad Blood.
Cool.
That's
you stepped
one.
on my joke, but it's fine.
I don't
It's fine.
care.
I'm talking
I don't
about,
care because
talking
I'm
about,
still processing. I'm processing.
I'm
Which is
talking
why
about
you're
thinking a
gonna
child
lose
is
the bet,
bad
because
at something.
I'm always processing. That's why you will lose the bet. The processor is
Okay.
always working. You understand?
Processor. That's a good nickname for you also. The Processor. It's really
Thank you.
good.
That's like a really good nickname for some guy who played backgammon in the 80s who was really good at it. It's like, oh no, I don't want
that's
to play
true.
against the processor. He's gonna wreck me.
It could just be about your like gut bacteria though, you know, how good you are at like, you know, processing food.
I don't think anybody's ever been nicknamed based on their gut bacteria.
Oh, really? In history, you don't think that's the case? Really, Grant? There's been like, how many billions of people have lived in all of human history? I am sure someone has been named
I think the most
based on
likely,
their gut bacteria.
I think the most likely occurrence of that would be if scientists found like a frozen caveman from 12,000 years ago and he had live gut bacteria because of some conditions that allowed it to still be alive, and they would call him like gut bacteria man or something.
Well, that is one example. Although, coincidentally, a very famous person is named after gut bacteria. In fact, it is Taylor Swift. And it all comes around, buddy, full circle. That Swift is about the swiftness of her gut bacteria breaking down all the nutrients and separating them
doesn't even have
from
to
the
exercise.
trash.
Yeah,
all the
amazing.
trash food. No, of course she doesn't have to exercise. Also, everyone's body breaks down the nutrients, whether you have to exercise or not. Those things are not related, believe it or not.
Well,
Even
you said it, you're talking about
morbidly
how
obese
fast it
people,
is. It's
their
fast.
body breaks down. That has nothing to do with whether you get fat or not, how quickly the food gets broken down.
Yes,
Those
it
are
does.
separate
Your
things.
metabolism
No,
your metabolism has a ton to do with whether or not you get.
Metabolism about how quickly you break down food, or is it about how many calories
I
you
don't
burn,
know.
Grant?
I didn't go to
Well,
school
that's
for
clear.
doctoring.
That
I
is
don't know.
clear. It is about how
Neither
many
did you,
calories
buddy.
you burn. Did I not, though? Do I not have a doctorate? I do not. But if I did, I could say this with clear confidence, which is you are wrong and I am right. It's about how many calories you burn.
All right.
Your
fine.
metabolic rate.
I'm going to tell my one Taylor Swift story that I have.
Great.
About the time
We've been
that I
waiting
had
for it.
Dinner with Taylor Swift. I'm kidding. That didn't happen.
But do you have any
so
Taylor Swift stories? Okay.
This is my only real one. So I obviously don't have a lot of knowledge about Taylor Swift. Have some friends, mostly my wife's friends, who are really big Swifties. And I think it was like 2023. They came and visited our house, and they stayed with us for a bit. And they were going to a Taylor Swift concert, and they like spent the entire weekend preparing for this, like bedazzling their faces and shit. I don't know what they were doing, but
Sure, a whole weekend.
But I, was hanging out with them, and I was musing, and I said something that was apparently incredibly offensive to Swifties that I didn't realize would be so offensive. I said, it occurs
The
to me
N-word.
that...
Right?
What's that?
Is that what you said? And you couldn't believe
Yeah,
they were
no, that
upset
was
when you
it.
said the N-word.
No, that wasn't it. Not
Oh,
this
okay.
time.
My bad. My
so what I...
They were not offended when you said that. That is
they
what's
thought-
surprising to me.
No, they were like, "That's great, keep that up." It's the modern culture. So anyway, way to go, Levy. Anyway, I said it occurs to me that Taylor Swift is kind of like the cultural successor to Bruce Springsteen because she's kind of like a solo act who writes her own music and has kind of like this story-based music or like kind of opaque story-based music in a lot of cases that really touches a lot of people and is a huge superstar and it feels like enduring and it feels like a good comparison. And they were like, "Will you please get the fuck out of the room? That is offensive." Because Taylor Swift is bigger than Bruce Springsteen could ever be, and to suggest that Bruce Springsteen is in the same category as Taylor Swift would essentially get you executed at a Taylor Swift concert. You would be strung up and killed because Bruce Springsteen is a little tiny, little tadpole piece of shit, and Taylor Swift is God, and you should go to hell for saying that. And I like they didn't say those things, but that's what it felt like they got kind of like actually upset, And I was like, I don't feel like I was that far off base, but I guess I'm just not going to try to fight this one. I'm going to let this one go.
I remember when this happened, and you told me about it when it happened, and I then immediately started looking up, as best I could determine, metrics to try and get a sense of, their place in the atmosphere, the music atmosphere ultimately. And it's hard because Bruce Springsteen was clearly well past his prime when he has like the number one song and the number one album at the same time. That was like the 80s. But in terms, all we looked at was stuff like streams, how much they're streaming. Obviously, Taylor Swift dominated that, but she did crush the hell out of him in streaming, I will say, where she had something like 25 songs that were more popular than his most popular stream song or something like that. So hard to say if that means anything or not. It does, even when you say it now, it still rings true to me. It still sounds about right. Now, maybe she is more popular than he ever was, but is she that much more popular? I don't know. The NFL thing has maybe helped.
I don't know popularity because the 80s metrics are not available, right? It's like not in the same way.
I mean, album sales. That's all you got is album
But they're
sales,
different
right?
metrics and they mean different things, right? So it's.
I know.
But I think like in spirit it makes sense, right? But I think what they're saying is Taylor Swift has no cultural predecessor. She is a supernova of light and godliness, and you shall never say such a thing again. Like
I will say this: like Taylor Swift did the Eras tour, whatever it was in 2024, I think it was, and it was, or maybe it was a 2-year tour, but it was the most successful tour I think of all time by a significant amount. It made way more money than anyone's ever made. She sold out shows forever, basically, to the point where they then made a movie of just her performing, and that was the number one movie. It made $50 million like instantly, and they only released it on weekends. It wasn't even available to be played during the week. And in fact, she has another movie coming out, a release party of a Showgirl or something like that, this weekend or next weekend, and they're doing another movie for that. It's only going to drop for 2 days again. And they're like, this is going to be the number one movie in America, damn it. So she's like, Bruce Springsteen couldn't have done that, I don't believe. If we did a movie of his concert, the world would not have come out to see it the way they did for Taylor Swift, just in terms of ticket sales. So at all. So in that way, that's probably true.
I wasn't thinking as much.
But it still is hard to measure this stuff.
Like I think he reached the categorical level of like supernova superstar at the time that he was at his peak. So that like puts him in a category that there might be dimensions within that category, but it's still like he's known worldwide. He's known in like every continent and by people still, right? So
that is true. That is true. He was never as big as Mick Jagger. He was never as big as the Beatles, right? He was never as big as Led Zeppelin, I would say. But it's hard to come up with that many more. Yeah, Bob Dylan. It's hard to come up with that many more musical artists from that era that he was never as big as. That may be it. There may be like 2 or 3 more. Michael Jackson. There's going to be probably like 4 more if we really worked hard at this. But the thing is, Taylor Swift is, I guess, probably Madonna was bigger. But Taylor Swift may just be the number one music person of her generation by a fair amount. And so in that way, I could see you're like, well, if it's not the Beatles, you can't make the comparison. Someone's saying that, and maybe they're right as a result. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't
Depends
know.
on how you want to look at it. Anyway, I felt
I
like
look
it
forward
was
to
a
the
bit of an
comments.
overreaction. I felt like I deserved a little bit of a back and forth. Like, hey, maybe, instead of straight to the
This
gallows.
was before. This was before all this stuff has happened too. Like I barely knew
Yeah.
who Taylor Swift was in 2018 or whatever. I mean, I knew, but I could
2023.
name
This
just
was
shake it.
2023.
Oh, it was 2023. Oh, so
Yeah.
it's just before the Eras tour really kicked off, basically, because
She was
that
big.
like changed. That changed her though. Like the fact I know what the tour is named and I've seen like clips of it and like that's crazy. I could tell you a little bit about the tour. I know lots of people who've gone to the Eras tour.
They might have
I can't
actually
name that for
been-
any other concert.
They might have been going to that. I don't know.
Well, whatever. Just back me up. One
All right,
time,
whatever.
back me up.
Who cares?
What's the bet? What's the
Yeah,
bet?
Jones. Let's. What are we betting on Taylor Swift here?
All right, so Jonathan sort of mentioned this, but Taylor Swift is dropping a new album this coming weekend. Last week, the most listened to song on Spotify, I'm going to share my screen here,
Is it golden?
is Golden.
Is it still golden? It's still golden. Oh my God. Incredible.
And this is in the United States, it had 12.4 million streams.
Okay.
At number 50, I'm going to show you this for context. This was the newest of the new songs that came out. Cardi B's Safe hit 3.4 million listens and it was brand new. It came out that week. All right.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
for
What's number one again? How much was golden? How much did
Golden had
have?
12
Say 50?
12.8, 12.4.
Okay.
12.4
So it's
million.
like number 50. Okay, number 50 was like at 3 million and change, and number one is at 12
Right.
million and change.
And Cardi B,
Okay.
that was the first new song was Cardi B's. Now again, Cardi
So the
B.
12.5 million is cumulatively lifetime. It's not just for the.
No, it is
the
just for
previous
that week, but that it
Okay.
has the status of like having been the number one song. And I
So
guess
maybe it's
people
getting
just continue to
suggested more or
listen to it.
something?
So my question for you
People love that
is:
song.
you don't even have to pick which song. The highest performing song of Taylor Swift's new album next week, for the week of October 3rd through 9th, will garner how many streams?
All right. So we're
Wow.
going to do a silent bid. Jonathan and I
Yeah.
are both going to send our bids in to Chris.
How
And
many streams?
yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll see what we get. And whoever goes higher wins the auction and gets that number and over.
Yeah.
That's how that's going to go. All right, so I am
Sure
thinking
is.
I didn't get struck by lightning with a number on this one.
Oh
So
man,
I'm
this
thinking
is
a
so
little bit.
tough. This
Yeah.
is so tough. Not understanding how Chris giving us a little bit of context with Cardi B's song is useful, but
Yeah.
not understanding like how Taylor Swift hits compared to like Cardi B, really big star. Nothing compared to Taylor Swift, right? In terms of popularity. Not even close.
I mean, she's getting crushed by a kids movie still. So
I mean, everything is getting crushed by
Yeah.
a kids movie. In fairness, is Taylor Swift going to have the number one song? Like, is it just going to destroy Golden? I have no sense of that, honestly. Like, I don't know. Is it like going to be like way more popular than Golden because it's Taylor Swift and everyone's just listening to it and listens to it on repeat? Or does it take a little while to build momentum and find the right song and whatever it is? I don't have a sense of this at all.
right.
Some songs debut at number one. I guess it's not unreasonable to think a Taylor Swift song with a movie coming out at the same time might just do that.
I'm sending in my bid.
All right, I'm going to send in mine as well. I'm going to go like that. All right, I'm sending mine in. I'm guessing, Grant, has you sent yours in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing mine is less than yours.
Okay,
Let's
if you're
find
guessing
out.
that, then it almost certainly is. And before Chris
Oh, okay,
reveals,
cool.
Before Chris reveals the bids, I want to reveal a little bit of my thought process here.
Oh, good.
My first thought was, okay, Golden is like from a kids movie essentially, but adults watch it too. But kids will watch stuff on repeat and listen to stuff on repeat more than adults will, and like that's why a lot of the most popular YouTube videos of all time are just made for kids, and they watch like the same person open the same Barbie 95 times a day, and it gets tons of views. That said, Taylor Swift has broad generational appeal, and like kids
She
as
does.
young as like 7, 8, 9 listen to Taylor Swift, maybe even younger. And there
Sure.
might be a lot of repeat Taylor Swift listening too. So I think she's kind of like the supernova perfect combination of all of the things where the adults will listen to it because there's a lot of adult fans, but the kids will listen to it probably more listens than the adults and buoy that number. And so I'm thinking she's going to get kind of like the kids type number.
So you went big. I do know something we should have asked Jones, which we did not, and too late, is what the last few weeks what Golden's number one number of streams was, like, because it's been out for so long. It stayed number one, but like, is it like holding fast at 12 million, or did it like crest at like 20 million and now it's coming down? That would be useful to know for something like this. I was sort of going off of, what'd you say, Chris?
I
Do you
can
have
pull
it?
that. I can tell you.
Yeah, why don't you tell us?
So the
I'd love
last,
to know.
the previous week, Golden had 13.4 million. Before that, it had 13.6, and the week before that, it had 14.7.
Yeah, so it's like probably at its peak, it was probably more like 17, 18 million, which actually I would have gone a little higher if I knew that. That's on me. I should have asked that question. Oh well.
Let's have Jones reveal the losing bid, the lower bid, and then the winning bid.
Yep.
All right, so there is a quite a wide gap here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's great. That's great.
Jonathan comes in at 9.6 million, and Grant comes in at 14.5 million.
Fuck. I was hoping you were going to say like 20. Here's the way I win this bet, I think. I win because the fans haven't picked what their favorite song is yet.
Yep.
And so it isn't like one song like coalesces and gets all the views or the listens, which may happen in 3 weeks. And they're like, oh, this is the one, you know. They have to listen to them all, and they're also doing other stuff in their life, and there isn't, you know, and then eventually they're like, that's the one. So I think that's the only way I clearly win the bet. Otherwise, I don't love my side.
I think I honestly don't know. I don't feel really clear about this one. I think you might have had a good one. Obviously, I wish I went lower. I would have liked.
Yeah.
In all of these blind auctions, if it's best to win and win by a small margin. That's what we want to do here. And so
I know. At least you gave me some breathing room there. So
yeah, I almost said 16 million, so I'm glad I put it down a little bit.
Oh God, that would have been amazing.
that.
I'm just glad you didn't say if you said like 12 million, I would have been kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, man. But 9.8 was like my actual answer to it. I wasn't trying to game anything because it's hard to game it when you have one shot and it's a blind bid. It's pretty hard. Maybe it's not impossible.
This is kind of my actual answer too. You know, I was like, yeah. 16 felt high. Felt like maybe, but you know, I think there's a world.
High.
There's a world where we feel really dumb because it's like 98 million. Because it's like, this is what happens when Taylor Swift releases something. You know, like,
but it's also possible these things need momentum. And we just don't know, right? We don't know. We need to go back and actually learn the last time she dropped a song or someone of her ilk, which there's like 2 other people maybe in the world of her ilk, dropped a song in this similar type situation. How quickly did it, how many listens did the biggest song get right away? Like, we don't know that answer. It's okay not to know. It's kind of better not to know in some ways, but that would give us real useful metrics, right? The rest of this is tough. I could see a world where her most popular song gets like 5 million listens because she has 5 songs and no one knows what to listen to yet. Or I could see a world where, like you said, it's like 50 million and we're like, oh my God. And I just get destroyed. But
all right, Jones,
I'm hoping for your $100.
Who do you think won the bet this time, Jones?
Well, I don't know if this is legal, but I did some sleuthing while you were having a conversation.
You do all the sleuthing you want, buddy.
Right.
Yeah,
I looked up. I was actually siding with Jonathan until I looked up some data. I looked up the last time Taylor Swift had an album come out, the week it came out. She had the Tortured Poets Society album came out in 2024, and the top song that week garnered 39 million streams.
Oh my God! Well, I was never going to win. It doesn't matter what number Grant said then. If you said 20 million, I'm just going to get destroyed in this
Taylor
one. I
Swift
accept
has
that.
become incredibly less popular in the last year and a half.
That's what happened.
She had the
39.
She had the top 14 songs that week. That went from 17 million to 39 million, all like before you get to the next performer.
Wow.
Right.
So Grant being at 14 is just like a freebie, basically.
I'll let you buy out for $95. That's how I feel about this bet.
I can't do it for 95. I can't do it for 95, but I would consider buying out for a lower number. But I guess for the sake of the video, there's no buyouts. But if you offered me 70, I'd probably take it. But I can't do it for 95.
I have 2 Ulysses right now. I think I'm soon going to have 4 Ulysses.
You will never get 4 Ulysses, but you will get 10,000 pennies express shipped to you.
I would appreciate that.
FedEx, don't worry about it. That's a free one, FedEx. The next one costs you, but that one's free.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
That's
anyway.
a devastating number. Like, I'm not even drawing live. Like, if you said, like, she had the top 17 songs, but the highest one was, $16 million. I'd be like, all right, maybe I could see worlds where this doesn't work out, but at what was it, $39 million? And,
Yeah.
and the lowest one was, oh my, I'm just completely obliterated in this one. That's fair. All right. Sometimes you're just going to be wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well,
That's amazing.
Let's come back when we have the data and check it out.
Let's not. Let's just not. No one cares. She's not popular.
Future Grant is still just as confident as I just was in the past. Let's see if that confidence is worth it. Let's see if my whole world is shattered. Jones, are we over or under 14.6 million on the results here?
Well, I am here to inform you that The Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift came in with 49 million streams less.
Holy crap.
That's like too many.
You
That's
got
like more than
just
it
so
should be allowed.
destroyed. Should I get
The
more
good
than
news for me-
$100? I feel like I should get more than $100.
If you said 49 million, I would have probably given you more than $100, but
Oh,
you didn't.
if
You
I got
also
it on
you
the-
missed it by an incredible amount too. You just missed it by less than me.
That's
You were
true.
really far away.
But by a percentage, it's I'm a lot closer.
It's true. It's only 3 times your number.
Yeah.
It's 5 times my number. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, but you win and you deserve it. That was a good quality victory for you. As soon as Joan started telling us like the historical Taylor Swift streaming numbers, I was pretty concerned. I will say, this is the last time I'm ever going to do this because I'd rather find out during the show, but I couldn't help myself. I had to look up in the middle of the week. And when I looked it up, I saw that Golden was the number one non-Taylor Swift song in streaming, but it was like number 17. And every song above it was Taylor Swift. And I was like, I don't need to know the numbers. I clearly, I need these Taylor Swift songs to all split the streaming vote basically for me to win. And even then I probably don't win. And as we see, even then I did not come close to winning. Congratulations. We are now even at 1-1. The season is only nine contests before we move on to season 2, and thus the humiliation is getting closer, but it's all tied up.
You pay me now. That's what happens now.
Yes,
You pay
I'm
me.
going to do that right now. Don't
Because
worry.
I-
the money's coming.
I wrecked you. That's why.
You did. You beat me good. You beat me very
Okay.
good.
Thank you. That feels
Does
good.
it feel good?
All right. Next
Yeah,
week.
I take a
I think we're betting on the same thing next week. It's pretty close. Taylor Swift was this week. Next week we're betting about meteors. So
meteors.
we can talk. I mean,
I
Taylor Swift had a meteoric rise from whatever she
Sure.
was into whatever she is.
Sure.
So
Meteors get streamed.
Yeah.
They're streaming meteors.
The way
Everyone
you were
knows that.
saying meteors just now reminded me of when Herman Cain didn't know what Libya was. I just want to say that. He was like, Libya.
You remember that?
Libya.
Meteors.
Yeah.
Meteors, yeah. That's
Yeah.
well, how I feel too. Also, even if you're not enjoying the show, you have to come back to watch next week's episode just to watch our producer mangle, not even try and get right different pronunciations. He's just like, well, it's either this or this. I'm just going to say them both. He does
Yep.
it multiple times. The lack of respect and research. The
That's-
guy will spend all our money on subscriptions to news services, but will
Look,
not know how to pronounce a damn
We
thing.
don't have Jones
incredible.
for the yakety yak. We have Jones for the clickety clack, okay? That's why he's here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I need a little yakety yak.
I don't gotta be what you wanted me to be. I just gotta be living life wild and free. I don't really care if y'all